Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone and rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work, sincerity and truth. Find this article. It's just, it's further evidence of Esau's laundry list of crimes, and it's a big, Esau's crimes, his actions, what he's done upon the earth. That's a big factor in why this guy is going to be getting jacked up, because it's actually wild. So this is on nationalpost.com, the Canadian one, I guess. Hundreds of bodies reported found in unmarked graves at former Saskatchewan residential school. The total number of graves near the former Mariavale Indian residential school is expected to be 3 times higher than the 215 discovered in Kamloops. So they discovered, they discovered 215, and they're expecting it to be, triple that. And yeah, this ain't even that long ago. So it says Mariavale Indian Residential School was founded and operated by the Roman Catholic Church. So that's one of them unclean frogs, Roman Catholic Church as well. These guys are just a limb. They're part of the beast system, man. They're part of Esau's kingdom, Esau's rulership as well. That's why you have, bruv, you still to this day having, scandals. There's guys where it's like, oh yeah, I raped like 30 kids, and this guy is just getting, he's no actions being taken against him. He's getting sent to the sticks or some shit. Like that's what you're seeing. Because why? These guys are a part of that whole system, man. The whole system of rule Esau uses, man. That's why you had the Pope going around pushing out certain vibrations, man. He's really been in this new guy they've had. He's been in that, linking everyone up. That one world spirit, man. That's why he's going and meeting with different religious leaders from from completely different belief systems. But then he's going up and linking up with them and sitting down and breaking bread, because it's all about that coming together, that one world spirit. And that's the big energy that's been going out. So it says So operated by the Roman Catholic Church beginning in 1899. So this is like what 124 years ago it came around. So that's within living memory, more likely than not, when these things went down. Where you had 100, either it was over a process of time, or there was a few big fucking things that, like, cullings or whatever. I don't even know what they were doing, but it's wild still. And it says the government took over in 1969. And then the Cowess's First Nation took control in 1987 until it was closed in 1997. So yeah, it's wild. So it says Saskatchewan First Nation says it has made the horrific and shocking discovery of hundreds of unmarked graves, many believed to be children, near a former residential school, with a total expected to be over 3 times higher than the 215 discovered recently in Kamloops, BC. According to a source briefed on the file, leaders of the Cowess's First Nation, a roughly 2-hour drive east of Regina, are expected to reveal details of the macabre discovery near what was once the Mariavale Indian Residential School during a press conference Thursday morning. as well as the latest count of newly identified remains. The number of unmarked graves will be will be the most significantly substantial to date in Canada, said an advisory published Wednesday evening by the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations, which represents 74 First Nations in Saskatchewan. The remains are in unmarked graves in a communal gravesite. First used in 1885, but eventually taken over by the Maryvale Indian Residential School and founded and operated by the Roman Catholic Church beginning in 1899 on what was then the Maryvale Reserve. Administration of the school was handed over to same shit I read. Everything but the church, rectory, and cemetery was demolished shortly after. According to the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation records. The First Nation teamed up with an underground radar detection team from Saskatchewan Polytechnic to begin the search just over 3 weeks ago. In an interview in late so Manna, look at bruv. Yeah, it's mad. Manna just dump hella bodies. Bruv, that's the thing, is like a lot of the things Esau's done. These things it's not even like there's not even record. They're not even really spoke well. There might be records, but it's not known. It's not well known. It's not been spoken about. It's not really been made public. So it's like just from what we know, because it's like you watch a lot of them slavery movies. It's that shit alone is enough to just make you be like, yo, this guy needs to get put into under the earth, man. But hey, there's worse things, man. This guy's his list of crimes is exhaustive, man. And that's the thing. It's the judgment. The Lord's anger towards Esau is on a whole different level of intensity. The Lord really knows he's got the angels out here. The eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. Okay. In an interview in late May, Kawas's First Nation chief Cadmus Delorme told the Regina Leader Post that he did not know how many people's remains might be discovered. It's estimated that only 1/3 of graves are marked. The pain is real, the pain is there, and the pain hasn't gone away. As we heal, every Kawas is sitting has a family member in the gravesite. To know there's some unmarked that continues to pain. Unmarked, it continues to pain. Yeah, so there's hella. That's wild. So it says, the discovery comes less than a month after the unthinkable discovery of the remains of 215 Indigenous children, some as young as 3 years old. So man had youths dropping dead. All that's the thing is this is how Esau's operated for the line. To this day, it's the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, man. Okay. Photo of the school. Them schools were fucking destroying, man. I was actually running like a school. Fucking hell. Yeah, I must have been getting jacked up. What was it? I was just thinking of. So, Okay, yeah. The kingdom of heaven suffer violence. Matthew 11 and 12. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent take it by force. Yeah, the king of heaven suffers violence. As even from back then, what is it? Let me get it. It's is it First Thessalonians? No, second, I think. Yeah. Um. So what was it I was saying? So the yeah, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence. So from it's been a thing from back in the time of the Romans. Anytime Esau's gained the rule, he's used it to dominate and oppress and destroy Jake. Because why? His being able to be in a position of authority over the earth it requires for Jake to be getting trodden underfoot. Because that's the same thing. It's like Jake's bit what do you call it? That's how the prophecy went, man. Esau's blessing is the sword. So that sword is how he's gained his dominance, gained his rule. That's why he's brutalizing. He's killed hella Jacob, man. The amount of blood that's been spilled, especially when you deal with that land of the Americas. That's just like an exhaustive amount of blood it's got to the point where it's drowned out the whole land. And that's the only way it can be cleansed is what, by fire. It ain't even gonna be inhabited. Like North America, it ain't gonna be inhabited. Babylon the Great is gonna get torched and to a scale where it's gonna become a desert and be complete uninhabited, man. It's gonna be ended. And we did 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Yeah, so that man of sin needed to be revealed. Because that's the thing, it's even from back then, like Yahushua said, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. But it wasn't known to Israel back then that who those Romans were. They were just thinking that they were just getting oppressed. But that was a theme. Because why? Because they went off, so then they had a nation put over them. But what is Esau needs to be revealed, and the prophecies need to be fulfilled, man. Everything had to come to his fullness in the end times. That's why it wasn't in the time of Acts, it wasn't the time for everything to go down and for Yahushua to make his return. But now that's the time we're in. That's why it's the year of the hastening of the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Or hastening the coming of Yahushua Salak. Okay. Let me get what I was gonna get before. So Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. Yeah, so laying hands on Jake, laying hands on the Northern Kingdom, and bringing out brutality and destruction onto them, where it's just unmarked graves. And this is a school. And that's the thing, and that's how how peak has been. And this is why, and that's, imagine that school was man said they're expecting to find, like, they found 200 somewhere nearby, and they're expecting to find like what, another 400 odd bodies or something like that. So it's no, it's wild. It's wild. It's really like it clues you in to just how fucked the tribes have been getting underneath Esau. And it's like he's this guy's transformed himself into an angel of light since he brought in TV, cinema. He's been able to curate and present his image, man. That's why like in like I think mostly like late 80s, early 90s, a lot of them films they were doing about like about slavery and about what is it as well about Esau coming to the Americas, meet with the tribes, all these different things. There's always the white savior complex where you'd have an Edomite would just come into and learn learn the culture of Northern Kingdom, and then afterwards it would just kind of like start respecting their ways and then just kind of lead them into victory in battle, and then they'll get relief from their oppressors, man. Which that's just BS. This guy his MO has been the same. He came to the Americas, came to take the wealth, take the authority over the land, and put Jake that's over here into a destroyed state. Same thing for Jake on the West Coast and parts of Europe as well, where they were put in bondage as well, and thoroughly brutalized and destroyed in that land of America, man. That's let's see. Cause I can't remember. Uh. Okay, yeah, Jeremiah 50. So Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Yeah, so both the tribes were brutalized and abused together, and that's why you have these histories of these crimes of what Esau's done. But that's why through the process of time, this guy's really tried to flip it to where his changed how it's taught, to where it's like, okay, they came and then they'll trying to assist or aid, but the reality, them if where was the assistance that stopped all these hundreds of kids getting put in graves, man? And that's how peak it is. This is how fucked the circumstances have been for Jake. That's why it's like, and there's been no recompense, man. There's been no recourse. They ain't had uh justice for that, man. And that's what we're relying on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for. What is it? Let me just search it. Okay, second 1 and 6. Second Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah, it's a righteous thing to get a recompense. And this is why, this is the thing, is Esau's not received that recompense. He's fleeing, man. He's a vagabond on earth, man. This guy's trying to avoid. That's why he changed his identity, changed up his whole image. He's now trying to be like some kind of savior upon the earth. Like all he's done is come and try to do good. This guy, whilst he's already amassed everything to himself, he's collected it all, man. He's got all the wealth, he's got all the power centralized on himself. And then now he's just like, oh yeah, equality, peace. You know, throwing these things out there for people to cling to. But then what? He's looking to bring everything to a head, man. He's looking to get everyone chipped and to get, you know, everyone a complete and total slave state underneath him, man. That's why you've seen why, you know, it's an even you know, Edomites are among that number, man. Them guys are looking to become subjects of the New World Order as well. Which is why now they're getting upset. Now that, you know, they're trying to be side by side with Jake, but you know, we're not in the same boat. Jake, you know, the Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, they're still looking for that recompense from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Get this. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yeah? We're waiting upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's the thing. There's nothing Esau can offer. There's no, you know, they're talking about, the healing of process and blood. That's, you know, that ain't gonna happen just finding out like, okay, you're just gonna find out that, you know, a bunch of your ancestors got fucking ground into mill, into bone powder and dusted into the earth. And then you know, you just gotta eat that. That's, you know, that's a state, that's being in a state of hell. That's being in a state of oppression, man. That's being destroyed. That you have no power, man. There's no might in your hand, which is according to the curse. That's why. But then what? We're waiting upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because his son, you know, Yahushai is looking to come back. Once the green light's given, the winds start blowing, and Yahushai gets the green light to be like, okay, go get your kingdom, go grab all the crowns. And all the crowns, all the rulerships of the earth are going to be put to an end. And then judgment's going to be laid out, man. It's going to be dished out. And people are going to start getting fucked up. Because that's why there's, you know, there's tabs there, man. The bill's still on the table. Esau's, you know, his eyes are shifty. He's trying to look away. He's looking to the door. He's trying to make a run for it, man. He slipped away from the table. He's trying to slide out. He ain't gonna escape. There's gonna be a big chariot the size of a mountain that's gonna bust through, and it's gonna make him pay for all these crimes. But, yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, all praises to Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shai B'Shem, Rakah Kadash, Damas, the apostles and elders, great millstone, and rule well. Shalom, shalom.